If you're looking to start a prepping or survival group, but it seems very intimidating, I'm going to make that process very easy for you today with a few simple steps. Hi folks, Van Prepper here, and as I said in the opening of this video, joining or starting up a prepping or survival group can be an intimidating process, but I'm going to give you a few simple tips that I think are going to make this a lot easier for you today. The first thing that you want to do is sit down and make out a list. Get it clear in your own head. What are your priorities? What are your goals? What are you hoping to accomplish with this prepping and survival group? Are you hoping to simply pool resources? Are you looking for security? Are you looking for a combination of the two? Or are you looking for something totally different entirely? There is no right or wrong answer, but just as prepping is an individual exercise and it's going to be different and unique for each individual on what their priorities are and what steps that they take that are going to work out the best for them, starting a prepping or survival group or joining an existing one is the same way. Once you've got your list made, you can get started. What you want to do if you're looking to join a group is thoroughly investigate that group. It doesn't mean that you're doing something you don't trust them. It just means that you're doing your due diligence to make sure that this group is a group that you're going to fit in with, that you're going to benefit them, and they're going to be a benefit to you, and you're going to be comfortable in that group, and that you're going to have the same goals. If you're starting up your own group, once you have your list made, you can begin to find people locally. I would recommend, for me, locally being within 5 miles. These people don't have to be your next door neighbors, but in a real emergency event, you don't want a group of people scattered over hundreds of miles. You want a small group that's right around you that you're going to be able to get together with in a hurry in an emergency event. Where do you find people locally? Well, I know that it can seem like you're the only prepper in your area, but believe me, it doesn't matter where you live, it doesn't matter what your location or circumstance or anything is, you're not the only person locally, I guarantee it. But finding those people can be very difficult. I found that in my travels in protesting the New York SAFE Act, in protesting Common Core, and getting together with other freedom-minded people, that there were a lot of like-minded people in my area. And I've started to form relationships. In forming those relationships and getting to know these people over the last couple of years, some of them I know, they're good people, but they don't have the same goals that I would in an emergency or SHTF event. Or, some people are just crazy people. I don't want them around me in an SHTF event. But there's also other people in a small group that I have kind of gotten to know really well, and they have passed the test, so to speak, in that I think they have the same goals as I do. They're like-minded. They have the same objectives. They're trustworthy. They're honorable. They have kind of met every standard that I put out there on my list, and these people are in my inner group, and I'm hoping that that group is going to expand as I get to know more people. So my advice is travel around to different events in your area. They don't have to be prepper or survivalist specific, but if they're freedom-minded people, you're going to find that there are a lot of people who understand that there is something coming down the pike that's going to be a problem, and they've begun to take steps to prepare for that. And in meeting those people, you can start to meet people that are going to fit in with your group that you want to start, or you can meet groups that are already existing all over the place, on Facebook, online, just about anywhere, and you can start to look into those groups to see if those groups are right for you and if you're right for those groups. When you're putting together a group, you also want to make sure that you have as wide a skill set as possible. When you're putting together your list, you should be putting together your list with an idea of what your strengths are and what areas you're lacking in, so that you can round out that skill set with the people in your group. Here's some skills that I think are pretty universal that you're going to want in your group, whether those skill sets come from you or from somebody else. You want people with automotive experience, somebody that can keep your vehicles running, that can maintain them, that can kind of cob job these things up in a Cuba style, keeping things running that are 40 years old, whatever event, because in SHTF you're going to really be struggling to find new parts and all these other things to keep your cars running. You're going to want somebody with medical experience for sure. Bottom line, you're going to want somebody that can patch you and the rest of the group up if somebody's injured, that can heal you if you get sick. You're also going to want people with electronic skills, people with basic mechanical skills, people with carpentry skills. These are all things that you're going to need, and you're really going to need somebody with gardening skills. If you don't know how to garden, it is not as simple as planting seeds and things grow. It's better that you find this out now, by the way. I recommend everybody spend their time gardening right now to cultivate that skill. Pardon the pun. But you also want to have somebody in your group. Make sure that you've got somebody in your group that has a green thumb, so to speak, because you're going to need to eat something. Well, I hope this video makes it a little bit easier for you and a little less intimidating in putting together your survival group. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button up there. I'm Van Prepper. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, Tumblr, and of course right here on YouTube if you want to check out my channel. In any survival situation, folks, you don't just want to survive, you want to thrive. Happy shooting, everybody.